how are you?
Nice.
Good, thank you.
Good, thank you. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mario.
Thank you very
Hi,
much.
Mario. Happy birthday. How
Thank
was
you.
it?
Happy birthday to you. Cool. Nice to see you again, Mario. I missed you.
Thank you. Good, good.
Yeah.
Right.
How do you like your week results?
I'm really pleased with mine. Really pleased.
So seriously, it's your first green week since 3 years?
Since the Bitcoin bull market, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Which doesn't
you
count.
have to celebrate over weekend.
The big depression.
Yeah. I like your results. I mean, it's going good.
Me too. I hope I can continue with it.
Yeah, you need to explain to us what you're doing because we all want to make money like you do.
I'm working on the explanation. It's not as black and white as
Okay.
I'd like it to be.
I'm doing something, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm making money, so that's cool.
There's definitely an element of that.
That's fantastic, hilarious. Okay, so let's go with the rebalancing first. We'll be since today we'll be more focusing on getting your accounts into earning stage, because I see you, not all of you are still profitable. Well, that's okay. It will change. I'm not rushing. So let's start from you, Mario. So I'll share my screen, and we all can see your success ratio, which is absolutely fucking amazing.
Amazing.
I mean, I love it. I love it. So
Yeah.
what you're doing, bro? Just
Okay.
try to explain. You want to share your screen or?
Yeah. Let me share.
Yeah.
the screen
Okay. So
first
I'll
of all.
stop. I'll
That's
stop.
the
And
first place to start.
maybe you should be teaching us.
Don't think so. But...
Why?
Is
Okay.
it sharing? Is that it?
Let me see. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I have it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the main screen I was using last week.
Mm-hmm.
5, 15, and 1
Cool.
hour. Occasionally, I'd switch to 1 hour to a 12-hour just to have a little look further ahead. But most of the time,
Sure.
it was set just like this.
Mm-hmm.
The main tool by far was the matrix.
I can see the matrix here.
Yeah,
you can?
No,
No.
I can't.
Oh, you've just got the top bit of the screen. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I have a top.
How's that?
No. Oh, now it's better.
Okay.
It's a bit tiny, but
see,
okay.
I see matrix. No, it's cool. Mario, you can magnify the screen when you're looking at it. It's view options above near the where you have like you're viewing Mario's screen. You have view options, zoom ratio, and you can magnify it if you have problems with seeing.
Okay.
I do it pretty frequently. Okay, so Mario, show me the money. How are you doing this?
Okay, so I'm using the 5 minute for timing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using the hour as a roadmap, and I'm mostly trading on the 15 minute. But I'm being flexible. It depends on the PA. Sometimes I'll judge the exit on the 5 minute. Sometimes I'll judge the exit on the hourly, and sometimes on the 15 minutes. It depends which matrix is looking stronger at that particular time. I'm kind of using literally all the information on the screen at one time. I think I got a huge advantage when I was doing the paper trading on TradingView, and I was doing so many trades, and I was literally trying out every wacky idea, every little signal I got from any indicator. I tried to incorporate it into a trade, and most of them were wrong for a while. But then I just started to get a feel of what I was looking at. So although in a technical basis to explain, it's basically this screen, the 5, 15, and hourly.
So you're doing the same what I'm doing.
The matrix, but I'm being very flexible with. I very rarely take profit from a set. Take profit.
If you're scalping, it's more like reacting to the oscillator.
Exactly. And from what you've told me about all the fees and everything, now I'm simply looking at MT5 and how many pips I'm getting to decide when I'm going to come out of that trade. Obviously, I take some decision from the PA and the indicators as well, but equally, if I'm in a certain amount of profit, I'm not going to be greedy, and I'll just come out of that trade even if it triples, and I'm happy with what I've got, and I'm straight into another trade. It may be immediately down. I may hit the EMA 55 on that take profit, and literally a split second later I'm hitting sell, following it right back down to the next resistance and coming out of that trade again. So I'm just moving really quick, trying to get a feel for almost all the indicators at one time. I rarely take my eyes off the screen if I'm in a trade, and it's tiring, but it's working so far.
It is. What I would
hard to explain.
It is. It's absolutely exhausting. Scalping is like the most exhausting way to trade the market. Because like when you're trading higher time frames, you have more time to relax. You don't have to make rash decisions, and you don't need to act so much on the market.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get you. You should also try paper trading. Also, when you have a trading asset, trending asset. You might want to start using the 21 EMA strategy and see how it works for you.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I've been thinking, yeah, I'll do that.
Because you already like are mastering what I'm doing. So like looking at 2 or 3 time frames at the same time. And it's really good when you have a good signal. Let me share my screen for a moment. Yeah, I'll kick you.
Stop share, yeah. Okay.
No, I can do it. I have a master key. I need to see, is somebody else waiting in the lobby or not? Not. I need to put it somewhere here. Okay. So the clue is like, let's go with Euro USD. It was absolutely fantastic trending last week or two. So we got a nice good trend. So if you're having like 1 hour as your macro time frame, you can spot whenever, because the higher time frame will always take a lead. Yeah. So the entries, like when hourly meets the 21 EMA, when it starts trending, and you can see it, it's already like, even we have this thing here, and I'm doing it for Alex because you said you had problems with defining the trend. It's pretty easy. You have a trend here. Yeah, you have 2 higher highs, 2 higher lows. It's micro trend, but it's still a trend. Yeah, so you have an asset trending. So whenever the price action will reach a key support on the higher time frame, the lower time frame will follow it. Of course, the lower time frame, we were discussing it on the workshop, will give you a lot of time to enter somewhere here on those entries on 21 EMA, like on hourly. But basically, when you're looking at the hourly and you want like a more juicy trade, you can, when the price action is approaching 21 EMA, you can mark it with any tool, go to 15 minutes or 5 minutes and see. So we have 21 EMA level here, and you can see the price action, like it dumped, it regained the support. This is 21 EMA on hourly, and you had a nice entry with lower risk than on hourly here, which will give you higher risk to reward on this position, because you can make your stop loss tighter than you would probably do on hourly. Let me see. I'm sorry, it's a little
I forgot to mention that's, you know, similar to that. That's another thing I'm doing on the scalping as well. The blue lines on my 3 charts are strong supports from the weekly and daily that I've marked on the weekly and
That's
daily.
good. That's a good way to do it.
But they feed down into the lower time frames as well, so I can make very quick decisions if I see the price going just into the blacks somewhere.
So you're
I've got a
saying
blue
that you
line.
have a chart prepared, like from higher
Yeah.
time frames. You made your charting, you made your homework. Basically, you have
Yes.
strong support resistance levels, and you already know, like, when the price action, even on lower time frame, is approaching them, you should expect some kind of a reaction. Yes.
Exactly, and I got my biggest trade of the day because of one of my blue lines from the daily or weekly that was showing up on the 5 minute. When the price exploded up, I had my little blue line up there, which was just in the middle of black for the 5 minute. But I knew that there was something strong there. I sold my buy and bought a sell, and that was my biggest trade of the week in the last 7 minutes of the day.
Yeah, you can experiment with such.
Yeah.
I mean, when the market is trending, you can literally. That's why I like Forex, because those trends are absolutely amazing on the lower time frames. It just fucking blows the top off. It just goes and goes and goes and goes and doesn't want to stop. That's why I like when Forex enters trending stage, because there is so much ridiculously easy money to be made that you don't even care if you're like going with 5 minutes or hourly. You can have just easy money. And you can see here what I was talking about. When, like, you have higher time frame support, you can easily enter here and even place stop loss below those weeks, which will be you can enter here on this retest. So you had another test, and then you have another retest. So you can enter stop loss here, which will be lower, will be tighter than on 1 hour, which will give you more money. And then you can still continue managing your trade over hourly, like you planned. So hourly will be like my decision time frame, and I'm timing on 15 minutes, an example. And if you did that, the way I'm telling, like here, let's say it will be this entry. So the stop loss should be, we had an entry, let's say we're placing like stop loss here, or let's go to 15 minutes and let's do it properly. So yeah, we'll be getting our stop loss somewhere here, like I marked it. And then you're managing it over 21 and the dots, or however you want. And you basically, just give me the setting for the Euro USD. I use 6 for time frames above 15 minutes, because it doesn't kick you so often from the trade. You should, guys, experiment with it. I told you, like, this stop loss offset is really good. You just need to look at the charts in the past and see, you know, like, you can, this is for risk management, so it should be wide enough to save you from fuckery, and tight enough to give you a lot of profit still. So if this trade, like, you timed on 15 minutes, but you planned it and executed it, like it was hourly planned, would lead you in this trend. I'm using here 21 and 34. Will kick you out somewhere here, which will be 21 risk to reward ratio, which is absolutely amazing within like weeks time span, you know, just within 1 week. And you just need to, and when I'm like leaving such trades overnight, I'm just leaving my stop loss where it was before I went to bed, and if it hits it, then it will hit. But when I wake up, I just manage it over the dots. And you can experiment also with more with the other setting, like 21 and 55, which will give you a lot more out of this trade, which you would be basically still in this trade if you pre-planned it and you just held it for 2 weeks, you know. So it could be a little hard because we need to close over weekends because we don't want to get fucked with the gaps, but it's still right now 32 to 1. So 1% risk, 32% up in the account. And I will encourage you, Mario, and you guys, like to try this out, paper trade it, test it on trending markets, because it is only to be used when the market starts trending. And we can say it started trending, even judging by the weekly or daily. You can see it is going up. As soon as it broke this resistance here, we are in a trend at least to the next resistance here. So we can expect this price to go and finally hit this resistance, and then take it from here and see how it will be doing. So you can see this was my criteria for Euro USD. We had this range at the bottom. We were talking about it. I can mark it out, and I had it since a long time. So it was a range at the bottom, also nicely done by Voodoo. And as soon as we broke it, you could anticipate that this trend will continue. You had the first sub resistance here, like let's say swing high, not the resistance. Then you had another here, and then you have another here. So it's really good when you see the market trending. You should seek automatically for more trending strategies, because they will give you absolutely insane profits over time. So I think you should try. You should do what you do right now, Mario, because it's good. Maybe you can start next week and see how it will go with 0.1 lot with the strategy. I mean, you have so high hit ratio with this that it will only give you more percentage increase on your account.
Okay.
You don't have risk management issues so far, as I see. You learned your lesson hard, but you learned it. And you can see you have, like, I'm not even counting it, but you have really small amount of losers with this strategy. Of course, some of the trades are not so big and
tiny. A lot of them are very, very small.
Yeah, but still those bigger ones, at least 10 pips will make you more money. And I would search for the way you can remove those smaller trades from your strategy.
Yeah.
You should track them down and see how the oscillators looked, what was the setup, and see if you could, like, modify your exit point to get more out of it, or just not take those trades, because they will just cost you money and the fees, because they're too small for to make money. My average trade, like when I'm scalping, is around like 10 pips. So this is like what I'm seeking for. Okay. So but it's still, if you increase your lot size, those winners, like true winners, will give you a lot more money, like twice as much money. Those will still be like the same, because the fees will double and the profit will double. So it will be like they won't change. So it can increase your climb rate.
Okay.
The equity. And I will really the scalping strategy is absolutely amazing when you have some kind of a consolidation, even on higher time frames, and you are not going to use higher time frame CMAs, and you want to make money on those rapid movements. But then when you see a trend, it's almost like a sin not to take an advantage of it, because it's totally free money then. The trend, managing the trade when the asset starts trending with the EMAs is totally easy, totally not, you don't need to think about your take profit. You just enter your trade and manage with the dots. Or if you are not using Voodoo, you can just do like 21 and 55 EMA, and you will close your trade when the dildo on the time frame you entered the trade is closing below 55, or if you're short above 55 EMA, and see how it works for you. Because it's when you're patient enough and you're not FOMOing out of the trade and you are not scared to lose freshly made profit, when market starts trending, it will give you much more. And you can see it like being patient on the oil. It's absolutely paying off. I'm in this long forever, like from 19. And it's not on it is on this chart. So this is my trade, and I'm since like 27th of April in this trade, and it's like 28 to 1, and I'm absolutely relaxed about it because I'm managing it on daily right now, you know, and I'm just looking at the key support and resistance levels, and I just look once a day at the chart and see if I need to get out or not, and that's all.
Have you moved your stop loss up?
I just did it on each like consolidation, like here on 4 hour. I'm just rising the my stop loss with those dots, but when it's consolidating, I'm just leaving it like below the support. When it goes up, I'm placing my stop loss somewhere here, okay, and then waiting for another one. You know, like price action moves. It's this is commodity, and it will like move, consolidate, move, consolidate. Those movements are not such rapid as they are on Forex, but also it's easy to manage. You're managing it with the dots, 21, 55 and the dots, and I'm closing the trade when it closes below the dot.
And is your offset still set at 6?
Yeah, it is at 6. Yeah. You can go with on 4 hour with oil. You can do even like 8 or 9, because I don't like scalping oil because it has too big spreads, and it's not. I don't feel comfortable scalping it. So commodities, I mostly and stock and indices, I will mostly be trading on higher time frames, on swing trades, on like Forex is really good for scalping because you have so low fees and so much money able to make fast. That is good. So as you can see, when you have correct settings, you can just manage it with the dots, and that's all. And my, let's say, stop loss right now would be somewhere here, 36.23, which will make this trade, if it dumped here and kicked me out of the trade, I would still be like 16-1 risk to reward ratio on this one. You know, so some of the trades are really, it's really good if you're scalping also to look for longer term positions and search the markets and see for good opportunities. This was like the opportunity I was waiting since a long time, since it started dumping, and it hit like all-time low, because $16 right now, it's like a 92, it is $9. So this is worth the same as $9 or $10. So we are basically with the value of the asset at the all-time low, because the all-time low on oil was like $9.92 probably, or something like this. So I knew I have to buy it. You know, it's so low. You just need to buy it. It can't. There is a way also where fundamentals will play when you're doing like higher term time frames trades. So, like oil, you have to think about all the economy. Basically, all the motorization is based on oil. Pharmacy also. It's used in pharmacy and it's used in motorization. So it is, first of all, it has limited and shrinking supply. It has worldwide use case. You know, everybody is using it, and it will not go to zero and stay there. At least not right now, because too many people are still driving cars powered by fuel, not by the electricity. So it's not going to dump and stay there until the all world will switch to only electric cars, you know, renewable power sources, or if the oil goes extinct from the earth, it will go to zero finally. Of course, it can be highly expensive, but then everybody will switch to the other means of powering things, and the oil will go worthless. But it's not going to happen right now. So it was pure panic, and you could see this was like a capitulation on the market. When you see such things, some rapid dildos and such high volatility, you could observe it on BTC recently, where we had it here. So this is the same situation. This is how capitulation looks like. Those really powerful dildos on BTC, it's it's like $1,000 dildos going up and down, high volatility, high volume here. It's being bought back up really fast, and this volume increase means it is a capitulation. So on oil, I saw the same, and I said to myself, I just have to do it. And I just was looking for a correct entry for a while. I had to have a good support, good risk management. I was not just buying, catching the knife. So sometimes fundamentals can play a role, like getting your bias straight on the asset. Just only for bias. Fundamentals, in my opinion, if you are trading, are not good for finding entry and making good trades, but they're good for bias sometimes. If you know the fundamentals. I'm not good with BTC fundamentals, but I don't see it as a new currency, and that's why I'm like overall bearish on it, but maybe I'm wrong. So you should see, yeah.
What's your settings on BTC on offset?
I'm using like 6.
6. Okay.
Yeah, but with BTC, I need a good trend to be trading the dots. I mean, I made Voodoo mostly based on Forex, on traditional assets, because I was trading them before I started trading BTC, and BTC still has not enough liquidity, and you will have those big fat, not fat, but those big weeks which will kick you out. So on BTC, I'm mostly, when I'm using dots, I'm waiting for a dildo to close below them instead of just, placing a stop loss there, because it tends to hit them too often. But when it starts trending on higher time frames, there is an absolutely good entries you can have and manage it easily, like your parachute with the dots on daily. So for Mario and you guys, try also experimenting with the trending strategies. They're kind of tricky, because if you are not used to using it, you would feel every time it pumps, it wants to reverse and kick you out of your position, and you will lose a lot of profit you could make by taking it. But most of the time, when you are using them correctly in a highly trending market, you will make more money than just by exiting the trade on the take profit. And you can add to your position over time when you get used to it, and make more money. So it's like counterintuitive sometimes, but you can see on higher time frame, on daily, since here Euro USD didn't give you any chance to re-enter on daily. Okay, so using lower time frames like hourly with such high trends, I mean, you would be still in this trade since the trend started, like somewhere here. You could enter here, here, or here, and you would still be in the trade. And you can multiply it by your risk taken on this time frame, and you can see it is the easy way to make money when the market is trending. This is like a buy the fucking dip mentality, because when some asset starts trending, the buying the dip, if it's trending up to the upside, it's absolutely, you should think like this. If it's trending to the downside, you should think like sell the top. We were talking about it, yeah? And the strategy is based on it, and it's absolutely relaxed way of managing the trade. This is why I made it, because you don't need to pre-plan any take profits to make any kind of assumptions. You just enter 21 EMA, manage with it with the dots, you can't mess it up when it's in such trend. Of course, there will be time where you will be out of your position. Then you need to wait a little because it will probably consolidate. So you don't want to flip to short just afterwards. You just need to wait because it will go below 21 EMA. 21 EMA like will turn to red for a while. It will break to the upside, probably consolidate, and then you just need to wait for resolution, and then you can scalp the range or whatever you want to do. But with trends, it's really easy, and you should try this. I'm not using it as my only strategy, but I think every trader should have in his in his garage with his tools. He should have multiple strategies for different assets and for different market scenarios, and also for different I told you, sometimes I just don't feel like scalping because it requires me to be focused, but that day I may be searching for higher time frames for longer term entries. So this is a good to have, because sometimes market will enter into a mode that you can't use. Let's say you're mastering only trending strategy, and then the market starts consolidating for a long time, and either you will be using your strategy in the consolidating market and losing money, or you will be not able to make any money because you will have a limited supply of the tools to use, because you will know only one thing. That's why you, Mario, are absolutely good money maker with the scalping, and you should continue it with the higher position size, but also work on some kind of trending strategies, because there will be times in your life that you will be absolutely exhausted, tired, and you just want to get a relaxed way of making money. So I'm scalping, but at the same time I'm having a long-term trade on the oil, and I know still have multiple ways of making money from the market. I'm not only focusing on myself being sober or whatever the day I need to make money. So please go through the videos.
I will,
and see how it works for you. Paper trade it, but test it as much as you want. But remember, it is for highly trending scenarios. It's not for consolidation. Okay, good. So I like it so far. I mean, you got beaten here, and we remember this, why it happened. You had some kind of a loss here. I don't remember what happened, but you were probably the. You made so many trades. I'm getting. Yeah, you had this. You were just doing something wrong with the matrix, as far as I remember. You switched from paper trading to the true money that time, probably.
That's right.
And you made some mistakes. You had to get used to it and adjust it. So far, so good. If you continue like this, you'll be able to make any kind of money in the market.
Oh, yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we'll see over time. Of course, after the mentoring ends, we will stay in touch. We'll have workshops. We'll see each other after 1 month also, and get everything I will see what you're doing. But that's good. So I'm happy with this one. I'm happy with you, Alex, today, with this trade you made. Mm-hmm. And finally you trusted the edge.
Yeah.
How was it? Fuck it, I'm entering because it's showing me and they told me to?
No, no. I entered because I must. Because the strategy said it. And I was divided about to enter GBP or Euro. And
one of them.
I was too close to enter both, but okay, I decide to enter Euro because it gives me the signal first, and after pound gives me the signal second, and the Euro didn't pump immediately. I was no, I don't take the pound also, so I will wait, and it worked out.
Yeah, most of the time it will.
Yeah. Yeah.
It will work out. It will work out more often than not. That's what I can say. So
Yeah.
yeah, just try it. I
But
think you guys should talk with Mario about the scalping thing. I mean, he's doing it right. So if you want
yeah.
something else, you should like. You can always like. I found that Kasia, who is here and is muted, but with other guys from the previous group, they like met without myself one time, you know, and just discuss about their things. You should do it. I mean, if you want to. This is a really good. This is a really good thing because everybody is learning from everybody, and
Yeah.
if Mario is doing something good, you could ask him what is like a secret sauce, and maybe he will tell you for a small fee.
Yeah, no, of course. I want to know more about
Oh come
trending.
on, they're not like a competition to you. There is enough place for everybody in the market. Even if all of you like got into this 10% of winning traders, it's you know it's still a lot of people in the world trading, and it's growing because of this virus and people losing jobs. So
Indeed.
okay,
Just be
Alex. So,
careful,
yeah,
everyone. I'm still 30% down on my account.
I
So
mean, but you
Yeah,
are
but you have
down.
round bottom. You have
But
round
you,
bottom.
yes, you has rounded bottom. Let's pray it's not cup and handle because it's continuation pattern. But Mario, this
yeah,
drop was
yeah.
because you were doing something you should absolutely not do, and I forced you to close your positions, whatever the result would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't have the stop loss.
No,
He
I
was
didn't.
hedging. It was like
He was
Hedging
hedging and
stop
didn't
loss
have the stop loss. Yeah.
yeah, and
travesty.
no, and imagine it went more against you, you would go liquidated with your account. And
Mm,
honestly, like IC markets doesn't have a negative margin protection,
mm.
so it would go down. They have
To
like a
zero.
stop loss which will get you out if you're down 50%, etc. But you should be like really thinking of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So this was a lesson, and if you just removed this 30% dump, you would see like this chart getting more to the up. You know, it's
Yeah.
good. It's still learning, but it's going in a good way. And if you can keep it this way, I mean, you'll be able
Yeah.
to make any money. So if you had like,
But I
yeah,
am happy to share and talk. As I've said to other people, it helps me understand what I'm doing as well when I'm explaining it to somebody
cool.
else.
Yeah, it works this way. I know what you're talking about. So Alex,
Yeah.
finally you started trusting the edge, and
Yeah.
you should just try more.
I will, but I have an issue, which there is sometimes the trend is tired and doesn't respect the 21.
Yeah.
This week, this happened about the middle of the day, more or less. Is there
Yeah, I'm
something we
here.
can? Yeah, and if you go back to the days, you can see it again. 3 days
Yeah,
before.
I know. It
Yeah.
works. Even on
I-
hourly, you have it.
yeah, is there something we can identify this thing? Because is enter or not, and it is this the trade Pami took. I didn't take because mainly because I thought it was tired. The trend was tired, and it gonna not gonna work. So is there
Yeah.
something we can see for more conclusions or what? You know,
Yeah, sometimes what I'm doing when I'm get kicked out, like this situation happens, and I'm in a trade. I made this trade. Let's say I made this trade. I was kicked out with small loss or no loss. I just need to move it to 6 again. So yeah, and then it turns. So I'm just waiting for the market to show if it will consolidate or it will make a reversal pattern, and if it will reverse or it's just reaccumulating, consolidating, and will continue the trend. And for doing this, I'm going to the higher time frame, and what you can see on hourly, what happened. One thing which tells me about the retracement, you have a bearish divergence, pretty obvious here on
yeah,
the hourly, which was made here with this dip, And you can expect when you have like two touch, you can expect like at least a little pullback. I'm not talking about full retrace. I still think that weekly view up will still work as a support, but it can also go here to this level and still maintain the bullish, like being overall bullish. Then you can see also higher time frames. All those stochastics are here since the beginning, and longer they are here, more suspicious you can be and stop longing it and just wait for what the market does. It's like longing near the top is sometimes good. I mean, on lower time frames, you still had a lot of money here in this situation, but 4 hour, you can see you have the yellow voodoo. You have all those weeks, those rejections. You have stochastics going to the downside. RSI is not particularly bearish. It's still bullish. It doesn't have any like a bigger divergences on the 4 hours. So I'm still counting on some kind of a retrace and maybe consolidation on the higher time frame, and then continue the trend. This is what I would think. On 12 hour, you have some kind of a topping dildo. You have stochastics here, so you can expect some kind of a pullback. On daily, nothing special. On daily, you have those stochastics trying to cruise down. So, and this matrix indicating you everything starts sloping to the downside. So it will tell you, like you said, you were thinking
Also
the
the
trend
weekly
is being exhausted. And if you think like the trend is near the exhaustion, you can stop trading it. You can just wait for the chart to paint you a full picture. Because for me right now, it's hard to judge before this daily closes. And even if it closes, it will be hard to judge what will be like a direction for the market. I don't see any kind of topping formations on the higher time frames. I would be looking for a retracement. I still think you can have a reaction over 21 EMA on the 4 hour and the weekly view up here in this zone. So we would have probably a bounce, which can lead, in my opinion, it can lead to some kind of a consolidation or at least a bounce and then continue. You don't know the future. So sometimes if you are suspicious about what the market will do, just stop doing a thing. I didn't long it here. I mean, I didn't. It exploded to the upside, retraced, gave you re-entry, and bam, you had a trade. Market will always give you an opportunity to join the trend on maybe not on the same time frame, but if it starts trending again, you will have the opportunity to make money on this trend, like you had on Euro USD on those smaller movements. You know, your two trades gave you how much percent? Like, what is your like 3%, 3.5%? Okay, so your 3.5% on your account, basically on you were trading it somewhere here. This was your trade as far as I remember. This was or it was somewhere
today.
here.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one. This one was a
Okay.
pre-market London. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's look like let's see how it looks on 4 hour. I can't see even on 4 hour on hourly. So you made 3.5% only in this situation.
Yeah.
You know, from the whole trend. You know, it's because when assets starts trending, it is indicating that there is a certain direction in the market. It's enough buyers or sellers, depends on the trend direction. And when the market trends, it also has a certain behavior. So all the dips will be bought up really fast, or if it's downtrending, all the tops will be sold out really fast. Okay, so you are not aiming, especially when it starts picking up, for a bigger retracement, maybe smaller ones, and they will happen and they will give you enough opportunities to benefit from this crazy price action. And it applies to every asset. You don't need to catch the whole trend. If you have the asset trending, you know it will behave a certain way. So it will probably be moving overall to the upside. So you just need to be patient at time your buy the dip trades or sell the top trades and just stick to a trend. And you can see it can be profitable. So there is no way for you to judge when it will happen. It will just happen. It happened here. It happened here. and it will happen on lower time frames more often than on higher time frames, like it happened here. This is when I get like out of my trade with the dots and I see something like this. I will kindly wait probably for a while for the price action to paint the picture. And the picture it painted was this triangle I posted on the Discord also. Yeah, you remember this one?
Yeah.
And here I already knew, okay, there is a triangle, and this was like a testing, and it's normal. The volatility is picking up before the breakout, whatever the direction it will be, and then you had a breakout. If you didn't trade it, you had re-entry here. Manage with the dots, get out here, probably one of the trade. You had a second entry here, get out here, you know? So every, like, if I miss the initial movement, many times I'm missing the initial movement, but I will wait because I know there will be a pullback or any retest of the support. The oscillators will have to reset one time, and they will give me an opportunity to enter a trade in the direction of a trend. So sometimes it's like, it's really tempting to FOMO into such a dildo. But look what it did next time, like full on retracement to the 21 EMA, and then induced the whole move. And it was one of the entries. And, you know, it happens all the time with the market. That's why you just need to be patient. If you get kicked out of a trade, take some time to cool down. Or like last time, you were kicked out of a trade, but it presented the opportunity, you were just wicked out, and you re-entered it, because sometimes I just do it because I know I made a mistake. I placed my stop loss a little too tight. Market was smarter than me. So I just need to re-enter, and because I'm still confident about the direction and I see it as a factory and some market noise and some stop loss hunt. So you never know when it will retrace. But this is like, look what Mario is doing, and I was telling you guys to try doing it, like looking at the multiple time frames at the same time, and then you happen to have them. And because he is trading one asset, basically Euro USD, he got used to the price action, and he sees the whole picture, and he got, you know, like in tune, in the zone, like from Mark Douglas' book.
It really helps. It really does help.
Yeah, and then you have like a roadmap, you have your made decision, and then when you see on one time frame the price action is approaching like the support level, you are automatically looking on lower time frame to time your entries to have the best entry as possible and the lowest risk as possible. So try this, because I see, Paloma, you're still like struggling with it.
Yeah, I tried like a different strategy, paper trading yesterday, and it went well. I tried it today and it didn't go well.
So it is for me, like right now, hard to say what we were actually doing. I mean, you were good with the direction, but
yeah. I just got scared when the price was going the other way, and I didn't let it kind of develop a little bit. That's why you're seeing all those.
So you FOMO'd out of the trade.
Yes, yes.
So you know what not to do.
I do.
You know, it's like, just stop doing it. If you already observed what you were doing with them wrong, and try to improve it. I'm 100% sure you will soon start to like bounce you will make all-time low and never see it again. But you know, it's like, you just need to, you know, Mario did absolutely fantastic thing. That's why I'm proud of him, because he worked really his ass off to make his success. And it was frustrating. I could hear his frustration from his messages to me. And it was sometimes like, what am I doing wrong? Okay. But he worked it out, and you can do it because you have all the tools necessary. You have two strategies right now which are working if applied properly, and you should try using them. And if you need some more paper trade, but just let them develop, you know. the price action is made this way, like I showed you even on this 15-minute chart, okay? It goes up, then it goes down, and then it can explode. Many times it will, and you just need to give it time to make more money. And with trend, it's relatively easy, pal. Stick to the strategy and stop overthinking it. You know, you can set up your more greedy take profit based on some EMAs, on supports and resistance levels on higher time frames, and until the price action hits that take profit, you just manage it with the dots, and it will sometimes inflict some loss or you know, not making enough money, but this strategy is so nice because even those trades which happen from time to time where they will make you a loss, by using it all the time during a trend, you will have those absolutely fantastic risk to reward ratio trades which will not only cover all your losers but make you a lot of money on top. And I think you should exercise more and apply what you said to us today. Like, you were not letting the price action develop. So I think the task for you for next week actually is to be a little hesitant with closing the position, and, you know, just write it down, stick on your screen, follow the strategy. That's all. However the price action looks right now. Especially on Forex, I'm not trusting reversal dildos, any kind of candle formations, because you, especially on lower time frames, because many times you can see some kind of this like pattern. Just let me get a replay. We are here, and we are here, and this is a dildo close. And normally you would think, okay, liquidity zone or whatever, you know, it will go down. And it only retraced and went up over time. And just being patient and letting it develop will give you more profit. And it looks crazy. It's really like, if you are in a trade using the trending strategy, you should stop looking at how the dildo looks. You only need to check what is the price level right now, if it is time to exit because it's below the dots, or it's time to just sit back and hold, because the road to riches is rather bumpy, and it will you know, it will be a lot of noise, and you would think, okay, this is the top, I need to exit and might take profit. Let's say it was here. So if I exited here, I would make profit, but I wouldn't make so much if I just stick to my strategy or my plan. I know from myself that when I'm planning take profits, even with this strategy, most of the time I'm right, you know, but I learned it from myself, and you will gain so much trust. So like today we had this Euro USD trade I showed on the Discord, which overall did hit my take profit, which I marked out on the where did I post it? I just need to, because I had to run some errands today, so I was not at the screen.
On chill.
Yeah, I'm just on chill zone.
Yeah.
It was on chill zone. Yeah, it is this trade. Just let me open it and move it to the yeah, Brave. So no, it is not. It's not this one. No, it is this one. Yeah. So this was my trade. And I just let it go. I just planned it, and I didn't have time to manage it. Of course, it went more up later, but this trade absolutely like gave me 5% today in less than 30 minutes. And if I get like 5% in one trade, I'm ready to stop trading for a day because I made my money. I don't want to push the luck too much sometimes, you know? And even what Mario said, even sometimes when it will make more movement and more money will be like available, sometimes for me it's like I make a good winner, I like to celebrate it, I don't want to risk this money I just made today, I like to go next day in the morning and search for the opportunities, or I don't have time. So try waiting for those for those trades to develop. Many times they will bounce here and up, but overall they will get you in the in your take profit area. And you can tell it by oil. I mean, it was a long road here, and it's still going up, you know, and it's just leave it be, you know, it's doing its job. Just you had a plan. Only thing which can happen to you if you follow your plan and you are wrong, you will just lose 1%, and you will take a lesson from it. You will check if you did a correct plan, what you can change, or you had a good plan and the market was just right, because market is always right, and you could have an excellent TA, excellent plan, you know, everything should work out, but it didn't, because the market is always right. But the satisfaction from a trade is the biggest when you have a plan, you execute it, and you win it, and you are like feeling better, because one of those times in your life you just did everything to the plan like you should do. You didn't even if you thought it will in the meantime it will reverse or whatever, you can just say to yourself, I can think what I want to think, but I already have a plan. I made this plan before I got emotional, so I should trust more my plan than my current state of mind, and I should just wait and see how it develops. And this is like a stage, like a way of thinking you should try thinking in, that if you make this plan, and if you follow it, and if you're right, the reward will be doubled, because you will not only make money, but you will also feel like happy about yourself, that you did everything right. And this is the best feeling in the world, when you have a trade, it works out according to your plan, and probably as soon as it hits your take profit, it reverses. so this is like something amazing. But following the plan is really important in being a trader for a longer time, because only thing you can rely in making money in the random conditions and uncertain conditions is your plan and your tools which you have, your technical analysis. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. And this feeling is awesome. If you had it, or if you have it on the early hour of the mornings. So my trade today was about 7.5 in the morning, something like that. And I told myself, like, okay, man, you have 3%, get the day off.
Yeah.
It's Friday. You have 3% on
cool
7.5.
So
imagine,
bro, you had like 10,000 or 100 grand in your account. You just made like 3 or 30,000 in the morning. You know, $3,000 in the morning, and you just go with your life. Yeah.
I did the maths, and that's why I stopped.
If you can do it like every day, if you have a good winning day, you can just save the profit, relax, chill out, rest, sleep well, wake up in the morning, probably make some mistakes, but overall make money. So if you could do like 3% daily, it would mean it will be like 15% weekly. Let's say you will have like 2 losing days, so it will be like 8-9% weekly, which means it will be overall about 36 to 40% monthly, you know. So it means you can like just playing math. It's not real life, because it's
100% yearly.
It's, you know, not real yearly. You can double your account, like 2.5 months. Yeah. So you have a doubling period of 2.5 months. So in a year, you can basically do it like 5 times, you know. So it is, but you see, it is made by small steps. It's not by all those big sexy gains which crypto was all about moon missions. So you didn't have to have knowledge to of trading at all. You just bought any time and it went up, and it showed up that there will miraculously a lot of, traders from nowhere without any experience, because they made shit tons of easy money on just buying blindly into the asset. It was just trending, long-term, heavy trend. And it stopped trending in the same direction. It started consolidating, it started bearish market, it started fuckery, and those people experience something which is called the market, because they only know one market condition, like bullish market, and they didn't know what is bearish market about. And bearish market is not about being every time short, it's about fuckery. It's about being sold fast, then fake outs, then sells, and this is pure mayhem. But what I'm talking about is real trading is a really hard job, which Mario can tell you. He is absolutely exhausted after having his spree of clicking and money making. But overall, when you start making money with it, it is getting your job, which is not easy. And now you can see it's not easy job, but it can be profitable and everybody can do it. And you just need to have a good strategy, learn how to apply it, and apply it every time when you see a setup, and make it by small steps, by 3%, 4%. I want to show you guys something, because Katja is with us. I like to show her account. Katja, I like your account. I really like. I would give you my money to manage, okay?
Thanks, Jackie.
So she's already like 30% since she started mentoring, okay?
How much? How much?
30%. But
30%.
Katja is really like picky about her trades, getting things really, really safe. But this is also a good trading style. And, I see you have some trades open still, USD, Canadian dollar.
I'm waiting for the gap to close.
Yeah, but don't wait too long. Today is Friday, remember,
okay.
yeah? But this will bring you like to 42% if you close right now, as far as I see. So, yeah,
much?
42% according to my FX book. This
That
is like equity growth. This is your unrealized P&L here, those yellow lines. I need to share my screen probably. I always forget about this. So this is Katja's account. And this yellow line is
close this trade.
Yeah.
Close it.
Well,
come on.
Don't embarrass them. It's your money. Do whatever you want to
close
do.
It. Market now.
Higher profit is profit. I mean, this is a good trade. 162 pips, I don't know why it's 123% and it shows me like 42.
Yeah, I don't know. That's wrong. It should
Let's
be
see
like
let's see when you close it. But I still think you should increase a little your position size, Katja,
Yeah, about time, right?
Yeah, just you can double, like maybe not double it, but just increase it and see how it works for you. Because what Katja managed to accomplish, but being picky, patient, and just following her strategy, is hard work here. You can see it's climbing up, not so fast, but it is climbing up. It is like 90 trades made. So a lot less than you, Mario, but Katja is doing it with different strategy, with different edge. But she has like 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. She has an average of 53% of winning trades, and everything is good, going good. There was like April -1%, and you had this is normal. But I think, Katja, if you increase, like looking at history of your trades, if you increase, like work a little on your position size, based on the risk, use the risk calculator and see if you can get something out of it, or increase your risk from 1% to 2% per trade, and try it and see how it works for you, because this is the receipt for a success. And if you're persistent and you just follow your plan long enough, you can make any amount of money. Banks or even pension funds are not giving pension funds are not giving more than 12-15% annually if they are, and banks are not giving you more than like 1 to 3% on your deposits, you know, like annually. And Katja made 30% since February, so in half a year. So that is a good result, even for any kind of an investment fund, which you could have available in the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's still a funny thing. It is still with one, or I don't remember. It's half of 1% risk on Katja's side. So she's never risking more than half or 1%.
Yeah.
You can see it's possible. Katja is not in trading as long as I am, but she did it, and it's not something which you can't. You just need to be really like persistent and systematic and just follow it, trade it. You will have failures. Do it again and observe what you're doing, and always take you know, take a lesson from what you're doing. And I like this account. I like following this account. It's not that I don't like following your account, guys, but I just wanted to show you something which is nice. So this is only done by persistence and just following. Katja, you are doing your strategy, and you're doing the same strategy all the time right now, yes?
Yes, I'm just doing the trend, the 21 EMA strategy, also incorporating the matrix now too. And I want to learn the scalping strategy. It's just something that I'm going to be doing paper trading for a while. You know, Mario has been very helpful, you know, answering my questions. So I want to do that too, because as you said, Jackie, it's important to have more than one strategy, so you can kind of mold to the market in the right conditions. So I want to, you know, do that as well, and just have 2 strategies under my belt.
Yeah, and this is the same like learning options or trading other assets or different strategies. Just another set of tools you can use on your you know, to make money from the market. And honestly, as I saw, yeah, you're doing Forex right now most of the time. So yeah, you can make money in the Forex. You don't need crypto for that. How cool is this, guys? I mean, you don't need the Moncoin to make you rich. This is like, this is the lesson which you should remember. The crypto or any asset is not the only one in the world. And the best thing in learning certain skills and tools is that you can absolutely make money in any kind of market which follows the technical analysis, any kind of chart. I don't know how you feel about Bitcoin right now, but I'm barely observing it, you know?
Yeah.
Because there is more money here. It requires work and skills. But after some time, even for you, Mario, this hard work will not be so hard, because you will learn how to automate certain things, and you will be automating, and you will be just acting as some kind of an algorithm, like a bot, you know, just executing your strategy, and it's nothing more. This is what you saw on the screen, and what Mario is doing, and what Alex started, and you will, Paul, really soon. This is just being totally indifferent towards the price action, not emotional about it, just executing the strategy which you already have trust in it. Remember, Mario, you didn't have trust in the edge. That was your main issue, as far as I remember, when we started. And now you're just doing it because you gained the trust, because you paper traded. Then you started trading live account. You were persistent because you made some mistakes on live account because it's more emotional. But then you started acting less emotional, and you're just following what is on the chart.
I trust the edge now more than myself.
That's good. That's what I do also.
I have no confidence in me, but the edge, I like it. It's good.
You should have confidence in yourself, because you manage to outcome the emotions and to act not without them, but besides them, like being totally separated for them. It's like being brave. It's not being afraid at all. It's being able to act even being afraid. You know, this is the bravery. And this is the same with trading. I still feel emotions when I'm trading. I'm not a psychopath. At least I think about myself that I'm not. which my psychotherapist said is good, because I asked him if I'm a psychopath. He said, because you're asking it, you're not a psychopath. So I'm sure about that. But I'm joking. But the thing is that trading, we have really shitty position with the trading, because we actually, this is an uneven fight, and we have algos, institutionals, brokers, everything against us, fees, and we still are want to make money with the market. And when you are able to disconnect from your emotions, leave them aside, and even if you feel like being afraid or angry, you can just say, okay, but this is a strategy, and I should do it. Whatever I think, I don't give a fuck what I think right now, because I already tested the strategy when I was sober thinking. I was not stressed. I was not influenced by emotions. I was thinking logically. So it is just asking yourself, who will you trust? Yourself being logical or yourself being emotional? And if you trust yourself being logical, so Mario, you trust yourself, but this part of you being logical and saying to you, okay, just follow the fucking edge, whatever you think. And this is the state of mind you want to be in, and you just want to follow the strategy. Then I guarantee you, when you find any kind of strategy, any kind of strategy which will be proven, back tested, and give you certain results, if you will start executing it like Mario does right now, you will make money. And you don't need to be frustrated over market. You don't need to be frustrated over yourself, because the only mistake you will be probably making in your trading life, having already the knowledge you have, will be acting on the emotions, being frustrated, or FOMOing in, or being, like your mind will be clouded, and you will be trading, even if you should stop trading when you don't feel right for it. So those will be the mistakes and states you should be watching all your trading career, because you are your worst enemy, and you should be always aware about your emotions. And this is the only obstacle I can say for you, which you will have to be like friend with, and know that it will accompany you with your career. Okay, so okay, I'm really happy about this Friday, basically, because I see you already like developed a lot since the start. I want you guys to get a good planning over the weekend for the next week. If you can spend some time over weekend, you can paper trade, because the charts will not be moving, so you can just do the back testing, but the, how is it called, the replay button, and go with the charts and see how it works to get used to it. And I'd like you like on Monday to be like a fresh, ready to go. Do you have any more questions for today?
Jackie, I do have a question.
Yeah, sure.
I'm on a trade on UK oil that I took on the 4-hour 21 EMA.
Yeah.
And it's going well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I should close it today or how to manage it. It's not really clear to me. I know we've spoken about it, like not leaving it during the weekend.
I would close it below the weekend, because I mean, I don't want to take responsibility for your money. I'm already like so deep in profit that even if it goes down, I don't think the gap will be so big. Even if I get tracked a little, it's a part of the business. But because your entry is still so close to the price action, I would rather treat it as a scalp for now. Remember, there will be always retracement, and if the oil manages to maintain more bullish behavior, you will have probably even on daily the retest of 21 and continuation of the trend. So I wouldn't be greedy on this. If you made enough money for right now, and I think you did, it was a good trade.
Yeah.
You can just close it. Profit is profit.
Also, Pami, the oil right now is on a gap. So
yeah, and
it's
it will be strange.
Fuckery, maybe not. But it's in a gap right now.
Also, over a weekend, it can move to the upside, you know, and
Maybe,
it's your take profits on the session open. But if I entered here, I would close it. If I entered lower, I would still hold it because it's less risk. And I have on my way, I even have like 200 EMA and SMA on the 4-hour, which will probably hold the price action. Even if it gaps down, then it will try to fill the gap, and I will have enough time to close my position, you know. So it is like I'd close it.
Okay.
If I was you, but it's not financial advice, and I'm not paid for them.
Okay.
You still
Really?
you can still no. I'm not paid for financial advices. I'm just a priest of trading. I'm in black right now, dressed. I just need this white thing here. Also, Pam, you don't need to close it right now. You can just wait a little longer. Yeah, it's still New York session, and you still have few hours, and it can still go more up. And I have a feeling it will go at least a little more today before it comes. Just observe it, and then if you have any doubts, you like 30 minutes before New York session, you can close it. 15 minutes is giving you like a continuation on this smaller time frame. Hourly is still good, although those stochastics are like close to the downside, but they're not like they're not convincing me. And you will have the white one hitting the critical zone here, and you can expect the price to move a little up. I don't think it's over for today. Okay. This is my like analysis for it.
Pam, you are on US?
No, I'm in. Yeah.
Okay, so I thought you were on US, so you had the whole day in front of you. So
okay. No, it's evening here.
Yeah.
I forgot to share the screen again.
Yeah.
You have to scream at me, like share the screen, motherfucker. This is what I was saying about those stochastics. This is the stochastics, but this is the white one hitting the zone. 15 minutes also on 21 EMA. Good stochastics so far. Also, the matrix is giving you some kind of a buy here. So
stochastics are doing a higher low. Sorry.
What do you mean? Here's stochastics?
Yeah, there is a trend line. You don't use trend lines on stochastics?
Yeah, sometimes I do, but what is the time frame? Hourly?
There you are.
Here?
What? Not this one. The previous one, 15 minutes. Where you were on? You were on 15 minutes.
This is 15 minutes.
This one. Yeah, from the 1, 2, 3, 4. You see it?
No.
No, you don't see it? Really?
No.
I can.
You mean here?
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
A bit back, a bit
here.
Back. There.
That's the fourth.
That's the fourth, or the third, whatever you want.
Oh.
The second, the first. Maybe this is the 0.
Okay. I'm not too much using them. But I was one thing which I saw on GBP. This was I was looking at this before the session, so this is like those patterns I'm mostly doing on the stochastics. They work pretty good, and they can show you some kind of a reversal or a dump. Yeah.
This is what I was thinking before when I answered when I questioned my.
Ask the question.
Yeah, brain damage. Yeah.
So this is also, you can look for different scenarios. If you see something like this, it doesn't mean you have to short it immediately. It just you will have at least stochastics going down. It doesn't mean the price action will go down with it. It is a momentum oscillator, not the price action oscillator. Okay, so observation of the stochastics should go along with observing the price action and seeing how they do together. So if you have price action going to the upside and stochastics going to the downside, you can expect some kind of a pullback and a continuation because they are resetting. Yeah, if they're going together, it's more strength in the market, etc., etc. You have everything in the Crown's program, so I won't be repeating what he already did. Yeah. So what else? Do you have anything more or?
One technical from me.
Yeah.
On Voodoo, your settings on EMAs are open or closed,
I just
and
need to
why?
see. Here?
Yeah,
Open?
the open. Why open and not close?
Because when it's based on open, it doesn't change during the candle formation.
Oh, really? When
Because
the
when
close.
it's based on the close, it will move up and down until the candle closes. So I have the support
Okay.
which is not moving.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And most of the time, like it will be more or less the same, like taking a close from the previous candle. Yeah, most of the
Yeah.
time the candles will open at the around the previous close. So I'm just using it to not to get this repainting in case I want to set an alert on 21 EMA, on any kind of EMA. If I want to set an alert, I'd rather use the open, because then this alert will not repaint. You know, the price action will move down, the EMA will move down, then it will move up, and it will not, and it will appear that now I missed the entry even if I didn't have it. You know, it's
Okay.
just for technicals. And it's reliable enough. If you can compare the 55, the 21 EMA using the close and the open, they're slightly different. Okay, a little like offset, but still working good. It's not about being overly precise. It's about having good good tools. Okay, guys, so if you don't have any more questions, I just wish you a really nice weekend. I'm really happy about this week, what you did already. Pre-plan, we see each other on Monday, the same time. Okay?
Okay, take care,
So
bye.
take care and have a nice
Bye,
weekend.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good
Bye.
weekend.